good evening, good afternoon, good time zone, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Spring League 2024 Finals, Winners Finals, to be more specific, Game 1 between Adam and Ragnoth. I am one of your hosts, Crazy Comics, and I'm joined by...
I'm BD Bunk. Thanks y'all for joining us for this one. Should be a great race, I am sure.
Right.
Ragnoth coming into this, probably most people's favorite to win the league, having won the last league, still sitting pretty up in winners. Adam's had some good results before, but definitely surprising some folks with this good streak in the winners bracket. It's been impressive to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be a heck of a match, and actually a heck of a few matches, because Winners Finals, as well as Losers Finals, is going to be played a little bit differently than what we've seen from the league so far. This is going to be a best of 3, so whoever wins best 2 out of 3 is going to be moving on to the Grand Finals. The loser will be moving down to Losers Finals, which will act in similar way. And then the winner of that will come up to Grand Finals, which we'll explain that when we get to it, because we got to get through these 3 games first. The first 2 will be played tonight, and if we need to go to a Game 3, that will be tomorrow. So this is the first one.
Exciting stuff. And looking at this tracker, we're off to an interesting start here. We're seeing no aerial dodge, so awkward little movement kit here. You always hate having the glide and not the aerial dodge.
Absolutely. Yeah, you go for that second circle press and just nothing. Like, yeah.
Will definitely happen to at least one of them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Also looking at our worlds, everything's on the table. Aside from our usual suspects, which are levels, form levels, and 100 acre that cannot have the proof. Everything else is open and available to us.
Plenty of options here. Not really seeing anything super interesting in this starting menu. We see Ragnoth likes to take a little bit of a more extended menu compared to a lot of players, so comes out of that opening menu a little slower, but I'm not going to make a huge deal in the long term.
Adam checking the shops for us. Nothing in there in terms of Donald limits or anything like that. So no duck flare in the shop. Also, nothing in these first 3 checks. We got Ragnoth checking a few of them just for some nice starting equipment, some nice starting items.
We saw
right into it.
Saw he sniped a little extra ether there. That's something, right? Won't complain about 1 bonus.
Yeah. Until we get a money pouch or get through the seed a little bit more, buying ethers is going to be a little tight.
Take all of them you can get. Guard break right off the bat on level 4. That's an exciting start.
Love that. Yeah, we'll see how our stats pan out.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's a good level up. Jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the stat line on that starting Keyblade, but already at 18 magic is not a bad start.
Yeah, both racers finishing at around the same time, coming out of that. So, just for anybody that's new to path hints, this is usually where I like to explain kind of how path hints work poorly. But as we go through the seed, we're going to be getting progression points, which will reveal hints to us, telling us this world is on the path to connection, non-existence, peace, none, or a mixture of the 3. That meaning that whatever we find in that world, important check-wise, the proof is hinted towards wherever those items are normally found in the game. So as we go through, you'll kind of figure it out as we go along. We'll also have a handy little tracker to show you where proofs can and cannot be. But yeah, nice, quick, and easy explanation.
Wonderful explanation it was. And I will say, of course, I saw right there in the first room after the first fight, I did see right on the way out the door, Ragnoth picked up a Shock Charm Plus that I don't believe Adam got. So that's one small edge for picking up these checks for Ragnoth here.
Yeah, Shock Charm Plus just having that kind of default Thunder boost that's just kind of built into the item. So
yeah. And that's going to pair very well with the Thunder that Adam just picked up. So right now he'll be getting that as well.
Yeah, that's why we're focusing on Adam. He's just a hair faster than where Ragnoth is right now.
And a big part of that difference comes down to, I think, just the fact that Ragnoth is grabbing all these junk checks, whereas Adam's skipping all of them. So it's making a little bit of a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we got 2 more checks that we can check out here. And we got another magic magnet, and this world is done. So nothing more to find here in Pride Lands, and yeah, we are moving on.
Pretty dreamy spot there, honestly. A Magnet, a Thunder, and nothing else. That's nice. You don't complain with that kind of an opening.
Absolutely. Nice manner of crowd control, nice ranged magic. Very nice to find. So we got a little deviation. Adam is going into Agrabah, whereas Ragnoth is going to be going into LOD, probably Halloween Town, checking the left side of the GOA.
Yeah, a little bit more of a more quote-unquote standard route from Ragnoth, and a lot of people tend to like hopping straight over to LOD out of Pride Lands, so I know we've got a small contingent in the community that loves the early Agrabah, so it looks like Adam's one of them.
Honestly, I think it comes down to movement. I mean, if you have a glide at the start and everything like that, getting around a lot of your larger areas like Agrabah, OC, DC, and stuff like that, where you're going to be doing a lot of movement, definitely helpful to have. Halloween Town doesn't have a ton of big movement areas and stuff like that. It's also very level ground, so very easy to go through. Right?
And it definitely feels good getting into Agrabah early, just because it's super check dense, just like Pride Lands is. You get a lot of checks in that shotgun, so it definitely feels good to make the early play if you can manage.
Right. Nice torn page. The only thing in Halloween Town.
Wild.
That is nutty.
Yeah,
so we're done before. Done before a nice leveling spot.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
Nah, you're good. Always. Exciting stuff. Agrabah's still going into that ice cream, so definitely we've seen some empty shotguns in this format. This is a pretty loaded shotgun already. We've got quite a few things coming right off the bat. So,
and a nice few worlds dead right off the bat. Very nice to see. But Ragnoth is going to push into Christmas Town. This is a progression point, so that'll help him get one step closer to a hint. Also, some very nice early levels, right? And maybe there's something on these next 6 checks that is very nice to find, like Aerial Spiral.
Yeah,
nice ability to find.
You tell me there's an Aerial Spiral there, along with the progression point, I probably do this every time. So you definitely can't blame him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But we got both of them finishing up their respective stuff, and that's a glide. You see on Adam's side. Heck yeah.
So glide advantage here for Adam. You have to expect, if Ragnoth is kind of sticking with that more standard route, probably going to get that a little bit on the later end of the shotgun, most likely.
Right. Yeah, so Adam stopping into the world never was. You got a nice level 2 glide. You might as well go in here, get these first 4 checks.
Absolutely.
While Ragnoth hopping over to Port Royal.
Yeah, it's a little bit of what you said there, with a little bit of a movement disadvantage, I guess you could say. Ragnoth's picking the more flat lands kind of rooms here. Not these long extended corridors where you really benefit from the extra glides. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Adam take that glide into OC fairly early in the shotgun as well.
Right. Yeah. We got a nice pier pan on Ragnoth's side in its home world. We're going right down the line to SP. Adam about to make up some of the ground that Ragnoth has already covered. So we'll be starting to get into the crossover a little bit of where runners are going, where the other is already going, and stuff like that.
For sure. I saw already sitting on 2 drive converters there for Adam. So if we ever find Master for him, it's a lot of times it can be kind of a pain to level that, but they are sitting pretty for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So nothing really here in the first 6 of SP. Adam going to be getting that torn page. We'll see if he goes into Christmas Town. Gets that nice progression point. He is going to pick up some experience here on the way to the woods. Yeah. Sometimes see this if you know that the world is dead or anything like that, but he might just be doing that and then get some more levels in Christmas Town. Who knows? So.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
All right, Ragnoth going to be checking the first 6 of 100 Acre Wood here. We're focusing on him since this is new content. We got ourselves a magic. Nice cure. Battlefields of War. All right, 100 Acre Wood paying out.
3. Yeah, heck of a payoff.
I mean, cure.
Well,
but world unlock, always nice to see.
Yeah, future information payoff is more so where we're going with that.
Absolutely. and another glide. So
now we can agree that's a payoff. That's definitely a payoff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Adam using his glide 2 that he already has to go into OC. So this is our first check into OC, as well as our first check into Disney Castle.
Looking like nothing but junk on that first descent in OC.
Ooh. Yeah.
Drive up, sitting in the DC courtyard. That's exciting.
Yeah. So we got Proud Fang. Very nice flying.
Ooh. Aerial dodge sitting at the bottom of OC.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Adam did something there a little bit. Let the cutscene play out there at the initial point of OC. Going into that room because you can see what the chest is behind you. So it's kind of helps you with seeing what's there. But we got Ragnoth pushing the mouse.
Love to see it. Hopefully a nice clean one. Yeah, I always love seeing these very creative plays to get little peeks out of the cutscenes like that. Just giving it that little extra delay if you feel like that's the time save. It's clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got Adam pushing a little bit further into LOD. It's a pretty good play. I mean, you got Magnet. You got, let's see, you've got the progression point that's on mission 3. You've got the check on mission 3. And you've got 2 checks in the checkpoint. So, yeah, it's pretty good, nice early progression points.
Definitely a cool play. Not something most players would do, but with this kit, really makes a fair bit of sense, I think.
Yeah. With this kit, plus skipping out on the Christmas Town fight, which I believe he did, he might be like wanting to make up that progression point by going here. So
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
A lot of people you might see do the 100-acre wood play, but if you're trying to kind of avoid even pushing the mini games, this definitely makes sense.
True. Yeah, snagging that progression point. He's just gonna go into the checkpoint here. Gonna check these 2 checks, see if there's anything, and probably dip.
Driving age up is not nothing. That's something to be happy to find in that that quick little peek like that.
Absolutely, nice little extra hit that you can take. But we got Ragnoth finishing up the mouse push, getting another progression point. Both runners, 1 progression point away from their first hints.
We'll be getting our first hint here off of Ragnoth doing the old Pete fight coming up.
Absolutely. We also got Adam taking our first dip into Twilight Town. Snagging a nice once more. Love to see.
Bit of comfort. Yeah, comfort as the seat goes a little bit longer. Another torn page sitting in DC as well in Timeless River.
Yeah. World's still alive. So, still going through it. But, yeah. Ragnoth about to pick up this first hint here off of Old Pete. We got Agrabah's Path to Connection.
Interesting.
So the only thing we've found there so far is the ice cream. So Twilight Town is the only thing that's hinted so far. Yeah, you can see on our tracker down there. The only worlds that are dead are the ones that are blue. And yeah, because we have found the ice cream there, Twilight Town is kind of killed off for the other worlds, just because we know that, hey, it's in a world that hints connection. It can't be hinted towards anything else. So.
Yep, so once we roll out or confirm connection on Twilight Town, that's going to be strong info. And don't know if you caught it there, but in the woods, Adam did pick up a money pouch, which is a very big find to have this early. There wasn't anything on the staves or anything, I don't believe, but could get a nice pile of ethers, kind of turbojet through some of this content.
Absolutely. And we got Ragnoth chasing the hint. I say chasing the hint, but this is another part of his shotgun, so... yeah, we're going to start seeing a little more crossover. We also got a fire in Twilight Town. So, very nice finds.
And we'll see Ragnoth, I believe, picking up this glide level 3 shortly here. I believe this was where Adam's level 2 was.
I think it was in 100 Acre.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so.
All right.
So yeah, in Piglet's house.
I thought that was where Ragnoth's second glide was, but we'll find out either way. We'll catch on to that soon.
The world never was had Adam's glide.
That's what it was, okay.
Yeah.
Who knows when we're going to see Ragnoth push into there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, always cheering for nice, even movement between the two of them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's always fun as commentators to see a really nice, close race because then you're pretty much as invested. Well, I mean, we're already invested in in it, but it just brings more investment to be like, oh man, coming down to the wire. Oh my gosh. So
yeah, you never want to get to the point where you're looking at a race and you're like, well, that was just decided because they found like 2 more glides, right?
Yeah.
So keep it as even as you can for as long as you can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, the Bazaar in Agrabah is a nice place to get like some nice quick experience because those silver rocks just kind of allow you to, bam, dead, and you move on. So very nice to find. All right. Adam finishing up those first 6, going to go get his second glide, or his third glide, his second glide that he has found this seed.
Yes, perfect.
But third glide in total.
And the 2 of them pretty much wrapping up on their shotguns here. We're seeing largely crossing over the same content. You know, Ragnoth picking up, or Adam picking up that little LOD push that Ragnoth didn't do, and Ragnoth getting the TR push in, but otherwise, roughly equal.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking next play-wise? Like, if you were in these runners' shoes, like, where would you be looking to go next?
You've got to think maybe making that push into Port Royal when you have a Thunder and a Shock Charm Plus, right? With that 24 magic stat. If Ragnoth isn't already one-shotting with that Shock Charm Plus, it's going to be close for Port Royal.
Right. Yeah.
Plus
you also have plus you have HB that you haven't pushed into. You got BC. Both very nice places. BC has some utility and some... Like, if you have Trinity or Limit Form, you can, like, get out of the first boss fight pretty quickly and stuff.
I always been a fan of the BC push if you're really looking for some early progression as well, just because the bosses in that world are so clean and easy. Thresholder is worth 2 quick points you can get through quite quickly with a basic kit.
Absolutely.
And we do see both players sitting here with 3 glides already nice and early, so absolutely going to be zooming from here through this seed.
Heck yeah. Still getting some crossover between them.
Both players being pretty comprehensive in their shotgun, making sure they don't leave any of the free checks on the table.
Absolutely.
There's always, I would argue, a little extra value in the shotgun with these settings, just because the info you get out of the early checks really helps to inform what you do with the path hints as they start becoming available to you. So sometimes it can pay off to a little bit delay actually getting the progression for the sake of getting more info when you do get the progression.
So I think Adam has some auto form. Not exactly sure which one. Probably Wisdom, if I were to wager a guess. That he wanted to get into to kind of get a nice quick level off of it, because since he doesn't have an actual form, they can only go up to 2 at this point. So yeah, getting that nice level 2 there off of the shadows and everything like that. So.
No luck on it, unfortunately, but love the play. Take that little dip, see what you can get.
Right. Yeah, you take the little dip. You also get like that one step closer once you actually get Wisdom and 2 other forms to like get your form levels up to 5, which start giving you progression points.
It feels good to just knock that out a little bit early, make a little bit of progress there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Plus, it's still early on in the seed. You can take a nice big hit and get your health down pretty far. So a lot easier to get into auto forms at that point.
Yep. See Ragnoth here making this dip into the TT shotgun, already finds the fire in the once more. So already knows at least getting something out of the shotgun. So often this tram common is just completely nothing. So
true. Yeah. Plus, having that glide 3 probably helped inform his decision.
Absolutely.
I think you mentioned that earlier. But,
yeah, big room like this, you definitely are hoping to get a little bit of a boost in your movement before you start making a push like this. So definitely, I'm sure Ragnoth feeling good for waiting this long to make the play.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, so we're gonna see Ragnoth make the play into the Bailey fight here, I assume.
Heck yeah. Getting some more progression points. You got a nice quick, I don't know, we'll say 12 checks? Something like that?
Sounds right. I feel like I'm the worst in the community keeping track of the number of checks in a visit. I'm just like, yeah, it's got some checks. I know this one's more. That's good enough for me.
But yeah, so we're getting new content on Ragnoth's side. That's where we're focusing in. I'm going to make a mental note and count how many checks I'm seeing.
Honestly, appreciate that. Right. Very curious what the play is going to be just for progression points for Ragnoth next. Because this play is going to put him at 2 out of 4, which is a little bit of an awkward number with these settings to try and get up to that 4 out of 4. Like, not a lot of early checks give you 2 progression points, right? So you're kind of looking to make that deeper play somewhere. So I wonder what that play is going to be.
So I'm thinking it is 12. So I'm up to 9 right now, and you get something off here. You get the get bonus, and then you get 2 items.
I'm cheering for it. Hope your mental math is working out.
I hope so. I like to think I know what I'm saying.
But on the horizontal slash was on levels there for Ragnoth, so we'll be seeing that coming up for Adam as well soon. I believe that was level 12.
Yeah. Very nice, level 12.
Very good use of the Magnet Burst to speed through that fight as well from Ragnoth, using the aerial spiral to set up into them a little bit more easily.
12.
It was 12. Okay,
yeah.
That is better value than I ever thought. You taught me something here. That shotgun is good.
Good old guesstimation. Love to see it. All right, so we got Ragnoth going back into do this mini game. So this will be his 3rd progression point out of these 4. And we got Adam doing new content going into BC.
Love it.
Probably see a death abuse.
Yep, I was going to say, taking that death abuse here. Always a little bit awkward to delay the Beast Castle start, because if you choose to delay it, you're hoping you find something you can level on it with forms, or you hope you find a Trinity limit. If you come back later with nothing, it takes forever to die there.
Yeah. It's also sad whenever you're in a seed and you're like, all right, I'm going to wait till I have Trinity or I have limit form or blah, 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 blah. And then you go do the content eventually and there's Trinity or limit form behind it.
Oh, yeah. The kind of moment that makes you really think the generator is sentient and it's just moving things on you, you know?
Yep.
Playing pranks.
Zach's just pouring chemicals into beakers in the background, just like, all right, here.
Pure mad science.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fire boosts. First thing I've really seen to call out in Beast Castle so
yeah.
far. Very dead intro.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got the second torn page dip for Ragnoth.
Mm-hmm.
This combination boost going to do the next one.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to put him at his next hint, right? I believe this puts him
Correct.
4 out of 4. Yeah, so I like the play.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got Adam gearing up for a nice fight against Thresholder. There was a nice 7/7 Keyblade. I didn't quite see what the I think it was a drive boost.
Okay. If it was the one he put on one with a finishing plus. So there might be a 7/7 finishing plus out there.
Could be. That'd be awesome. And Rumbling Rose was in there, so if it was on Rumbling Rose, very fitting to put it on for Beast Castle.
Geek confirming it was either damage drive or drive boost, so probably didn't put on that the 7/7 then.
Gotcha.
Yeah, looking at a 15-20 stat line, there's no way that's the 7/7.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice to see. Pulling out Peter Pan for some nice little safety, just in case things go really poorly. But yeah, so we got our next hint over on Ragnoth's side that Sora's Heart has no path to the light. So whatever we find on levels, it is hinting towards no proofs whatsoever.
Pretty disappointing next hint to say, I would say, but I love the play from Ragnoth here, going straight into Port Royal, getting those early levels, probably thinking, why not see if I can get some info off that hint while progressing.
True. Absolutely. Yeah, plus with nice cracked magic stat of 25 very early on. Got a fire, got a thunder, got a magnet. Got Peter Pan, which helps drop MP orbs.
Might put that to use in the minute fight.
Yeah. Plus like the... I'm not going to call it second chance because there actually is second chance in this game. But like that nice like revival
Yeah,
Tinkerbell gives you as well.
The kind of auto life effect, if we want to put it in Final Fantasy terms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The living Phoenix down.
There we go. But yeah, and Adam, we haven't talked about what's going on Adam's side. Cleanly getting through Threshold. They're still not seeing much of anything here, but he's at least going to pick up his next hint as soon as he gets that beast. So that'll be exciting.
Absolutely.
Curious to see where he's going to direct himself next.
Okay, so we got our first thing on levels, Sword of the Ancestor. So that kills off LOD, just in general. There's nothing there. So that's always good to know. And as an LOD hater like myself, that's also good to see.
I'm right there with you. Adam will be definitely breathing a sigh of relief for stopping right after the third mission once he gets that hint, because that could have been a big pain on time.
Well, gets the hint, gets the level as well.
Yeah.
Also, Beast Castle is dead. We found ourselves a blizzard before Beast, and that was the only thing here. So a lot of dead worlds right off the bat.
Yeah, if you're going to find one thing and have a world end, I don't think a blizzard is the one you're cheering for. So a little unfortunate on Adam's side for that to be what he runs into there. Hopefully the hint, whenever we get it for Beast Castle, pays off on that.
Right. Yeah, no lauders today. Sad to see.
Mm-hmm.
But we got ourselves some leveling going on Ragnoth's side. Yeah, killing in one hit. You'd love to see an experience boost, but Seed has not been fortunate enough to give it to us.
Mm-hmm. No such luck.
Yeah.
But getting through this nice and safe. Yes, if you stand a little bit farther back, like Ragnar's doing here, the bullets they shoot kind of just soar a little bit over Sora's head. Can't really hit him as long as you don't let them get too close. So, nice, safe place to stand if you've ever struggled with this fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can either do that or you can stand off to the side. It's a little bit trickier to get the lock on with it, but like if you stand off to the side of that rock a little bit, possibly magic lock on would help you with that.
Magic lock on it can be really nice for this fight and this world in general. There are quite a few fights where that really helps you kind of smooth out the fight and just quickly plow through them as long as you're one-shotting the pirates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Ragnoth finishing off their nice level 17, 30, over 30 on the magic stat. Very nice to see.
It's a good spot to be in. That's comfy.
Absolutely. And we got
Adam going into this Bailey fight. Likely going to be doing some of the same stuff we saw Ragnoth do with these Magnet Burst strats. It's sort of their best crowd control we've got. Just kind of spamming Thunders. That's effective too. They're one-shot.
Yeah.
Picking up that Hari slash on his end as well.
Yeah. So, a few levels out from the death of LOD, but yeah.
Very quick boat fight on Ragnoth's end. Sped through that real quick, and we see Adam following his footsteps with the poor royal play. It makes sense with his hint, right? It's what else would you really want to do at this point?
Yeah, there's a brain cell between them that they're both sharing today.
One beefy brain cell focused on stats.
Oh heck yeah! Love to see it. Yeah, so we got Ragnoth a little bit further in this world, finishing up the barrels fight, finishing that out. So he's at 3 out of 4 progression points towards his next hint. So on Barbosa, he will be getting his next hint.
Hoping for both of their sake, the next hint hits one of these blue worlds. Start getting a little bit of definitive information, as long as it's not like all three paths from Halloween Town. That's the only one I'm cheering against. But
right. Well, and also like the only thing found in like Beast Castle was a blizzard. So that would obviously hint towards Hollow Bastion, and. Same thing with like Halloween Town has only got the torn page, so that kind of narrows it down to 5 worlds for you. So yeah, like you said, some nice worlds that we've had so far in terms of hints.
If you're Adam,
we will see.
If you're Adam, I was going to say you have to be hoping for that Beast Castle to get hinted soon, and there it is. Beast Castle's the next hint.
So HB's dead.
Yeah. Unless Adam has to make some kind of a blind hunt for an unlock, I doubt he will ever go back to that world. That is good info.
Well, and even with that, we might not see Oh, okay. Never mind. Ragnoth
Makes
immediately proved me wrong.
Yeah. Can't blame him. Again, if I'm in his shoes, I don't even know what I'd want to do otherwise. This just feels like the most natural play to make. So why not?
Plus, with the two progression points, like you mentioned earlier, like this is a really good play to make.
Yeah, it won't take too long for him to get this next 10 out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus, with the stats, yeah.
Yeah, the OC play is sounding pretty good. Geek mentioning that in chat here. It feels like an interesting play. It wouldn't take too long to get through like Cerberus, through the Hades escape fight. I don't feel like that's really a bad play for an early push in this seed with what they've got.
So nice, interesting thing to note here with this Pirates fight over on Adam's side. You're seeing that the Hatchet Pirates are taking 2 Thunderbolts to kill, where it took Ragnoth. That's the Shock Charm Plus at work.
Yeah, I think there might be an accessory at play on that too. I think Ragnoth was in here with like 27 magic at this point.
Oh,
but yeah, that Shock Charm Plus definitely made a difference. I don't think that Adam would even be one-shotting at 27 magic without it.
True. Yeah, but Adam getting the Sword of the Ancestor there, so knows that LOD is dead.
Definitely a nice lengthy chunk of these two just kind of trading content. Going to be at the end of the first half hour, we're going to be kind of at equal, which is always nice to see in a race, I suppose.
Absolutely. Yeah, because honestly, like, I think the weirdest thing, because like we have found quite a few items and a few world unlocks, everything like that. No forms so far in this seed. It's a bit strange. Usually, most league seeds that I've seen and everything, like, it at least has one form by this point. So it is a little awkward.
Yeah, they've cleared a good chunk of the checks just in the seed as a whole, and there's 5 of them, so you would think you'd find one by now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, definitely surprising.
Yeah. Plus, like, a lot of these worlds have been, like, dead in the shotgun, so yeah, it's...
So Ragnoth just picked up a junk check. There was just one sitting there. He walked up to it before he realized. Picks it up. It's a Shadow Archive. The Dream.
Yeah.
Casually.
Let me just casually pick up like this Cosmic Arts or this.
Yep. Living the dream. I wish I was that lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, you should go out and buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, right. So Ragnoth will be laughing at that blizzard coming up soon here. I believe it's right after finishing up this little mini game here.
Yeah, I think it's like the chest across from Beast's door. I think. Something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're with you. So both of them are going to be hitting this point of like really thinking about, okay, what's my next big play? I'm wondering if they're going to keep kind of going down the same paths here. It's a tough spot to really think of where you would want to go this seed. Nothing really feels fast per se.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, the more time passes right now, and like the closer they get to the end of these visits, that OC play looks really good right now. Because you start to think at this point, like the really check dense worlds that you really haven't gone into, because. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you think of something like OC, LOD, where like the shotgun really doesn't have a ton in it. So you're thinking, oh, the rest of the first visit of OC and LOD have a ton of checks that I could go get. Whereas like the shotgun at BC is like all of the checks in BC. So.
And especially the OC play just feels a little bit nicer as well when you already have battlefields. Yeah, if we see Ragnoth making that play like we're all talking about.
Adam, on the other hand, very nice idea. Go ahead and keep doing Twilight Town, because right now it's your only real path towards any proofs. So going and doing some of this content. That's
fair. If you think there's a good chance that it might be required, why not do it? And don't really see any reason to hold on for final form. The way these forms are holding now, you might as well get the info on what's behind here.
Plus, it could just be finals like right here after this fight. So
that's how it always is as soon as you delay it too long. So again, seed being extension.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ragnoth doing Hades' escape. Got that nice magnet burst, so making nice quick work of that first fight. But then again, shadows be shadows.
Yep. Hades getting some trolls in there. Ooh. Whoa, that's a fun picture placement.
I like that picture. Now you can just finish the world if you want.
I gotta wonder if he's going to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like we've been saying, like not having the final form and everything like that, but like that's a whole world. That's a whole world you can do here. So.
While the fights in TT3 would be like a little bit slow if you end up getting all the way to Mansion, it's still going to be a pretty nice little chunk of experience. Accelerate your levels a little bit, get those stats up.
Oh yeah.
With the magnet and the magnet burst, this tower climb shouldn't be too slow, really.
So we also got Ragnoth 1 point away from our next hint. Same thing with Adam, but I think Ragnoth's more than likely going to get to it first with it just being here on this Cerberus fight.
Yeah, for sure. And we see Adam's making the climb. It makes a lot of sense. He has to think he has that picture over Ragnoth here, right? There's no way you think Ragnoth's making the same play yet.
True. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so our next
second
hint.
Shadow Arc.
Whoa! Oh god. Form levels are a path to all lights.
Oh my!
Where are they at? What form levels? Yeah, the only one we've seen so far is an auto wisdom level. So yeah, so
interesting.
This might just be a form hunt.
Yeah,
and. Honestly, thinking about it, so we know Hall of Bastion's dead. So that means that Master Form is not going to be in any hinted world.
That's a good point.
Well, it's not going to be hinted itself, right? Because Master Form leads to Hall of Bastion, blah, 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 all that stuff. Limit will be in a... Well, if it is in Twilight Town, which is our thought for where connection could be.
Yeah.
Like, could be hinted. Same with Val. Hold on. I don't want to spread misinformation.
It would be Valor as well if it ends up being a connection there. Yeah, so that's a good point. A little bit of kind of reverse engineering some info on the proofs. It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. Final forms out in the ether. We don't know where it's at.
They don't need it.
It's never going to be hinted.
Yeah. So, assuming Adam's going to turn right around, and bang out TT2 here. TT2 is worth 2 progression points for the Sandlot fight, so it's such value for a very quick fight.
Ooh, first form. Nice final.
There we go.
So, wouldn't be surprised if we see a TT Bush from Ragnoth now with that final form.
Yeah, so presumably he'll probably pick up that picture at a decent pace. So, not a big surprise there.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty nice pickup to find, just picking up a sudden final form there.
Also a Reflect.
Yeah. OC fans are eating tonight.
Yeah. Plus a world unlock. It's a Scimitar. It's still alive. It's still kicking.
Just high roll it. Full send OC here.
Full send. We love to see it. All the OC enjoyers.
Yeah. A little bit spooky over here for Adam. It's a little bit tough doing this fight with pretty much just a magnet burst and like a thunder for a tool. Peter Pan getting a little bit of a save.
Dream.
Yeah, pretty much. But saving it nicely so far. Hopefully that keeps up.
Luckily, there's enough drive that you can go back into Pan if you wanted to. Got enough magic to finish off the fight. Very nicely done.
Yep.
Get another Blizzard.
Ooh, interesting. Blizzard already.
Love to see it.
We see Ragnoth getting past the Demix 1 fight pretty cleanly, using a little bit of final form to speed it up at the end there. Did a little bit of resourcefulness for that pretty recent pickup.
Absolutely. All right, and Adam going right back in.
Yeah, why not? Full send it. Get this info.
Let's do it.
Gotta wonder if he's gonna make the push into the mansion fight. It's gonna be a little slow.
All right, nice skill and crossbones as well on Ragnoth's side. No C, and it's dead. So,
cool find. Definitely. And we see Ragnoth, like you said, falling right into the Twilight Town play. Who can blame him?
Yeah, now he will get, level 2 and 3 on final form here on the station fight. So, getting a few new checks from both our runners. Adam, not really finding anything in TT3 as of yet.
Yeah, pretty dull. And on the flip side, Ragnoth not getting nothing off of Final 3 so far.
But he's getting a nice quick exit from the station fight, and also getting another hint that OC is on the path to connection and peace.
Interesting hints.
So, so Final Form doesn't hint towards anywhere. We've got the Reflect, which hints towards DC and SP. We've got the Skill and Crossbones, and we've got the Scimitar. And with it being dead, does that kill off TT?
I believe it does, which is unfortunate timing on Adam's side for that hint to come up. Not that he would really get the info yet, but that is a little bit of a shame to be this deep in when we as a commentary crew at least first see that hint come up. Rough timing.
Yep.
So we now know Adam's not going to get a proof out of this play, but hopefully some of this is required.
Yeah. So, fun thing, that hint kills off every other world. Like, those are the only worlds that could have peace and connection. But what it does tell us is that STT has non-existence, because we have had 2 hints for we've had 3 hints for connection. We've had 2 hints for peace, neither of which work for STT, but we've only had 1 for non-existence. So
very cool. And that also tells us something mildly evil from this generator. We do know that at least Valor or Limit has to be on drives at that point, right?
True.
So
that is true.
We're definitely searching for the form that unlocks this little form chain.
Yeah. Now, we'll say something interesting about our worlds that could have connection and peace. We have access to the ends of Agrabah, DC, and Port Royal, because we have the world unlocks and everything like that. The only world we don't have is Identity Disc, or SP. So SP, we do not have access to the second visit.
The DC play is definitely sounding like a pretty interesting one. You know, you always start thinking about it a little bit when you get through DC and it's still going. And then at this point, when it's like pretty good odds, you start kind of wanting to make that push, I think.
Right. Adam picking up a Magnera here in the mansion, and that kills off the world. So now he knows that it is dead here in Twilight Town. But we got Ragnoth going into Port Royal 2. I mean, figures, you've already done PR1, and this is one of your hinted worlds towards a proof. Might as well go.
Yeah. Getting these deeper checks, getting the progression points out of these late world bosses. Definitely pretty good payoff on the play. Even if it ends up being dead, you're going to get some info out of it.
Absolutely.
And why not chase the hinted unlock that you just got? You think there's probably decent odds you have that over your opponent, so why not push it?
Right. Adam going to make the trek into OC. Makes sense. Now you have a Magnera. You just got the hint that OC has your path to connection and peace. You might as well go and chase it, figure out where it is.
Yeah. Adam's probably going to feel a little grief by this final form sitting here coming up soon. That's a pretty unfortunate timing right after the full TT3 push, but what are you going to do?
Right. It happens to all of us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we got Ragnoth heading into shipwrecks or ship graveyard. Going to be getting some new checks here, possibly, or there could just be the proof here. Like that just could be it.
100%. Second chance, and it's done.
It is done. Okay, so not in PR. that narrows it down to 3 worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, okay. So, we were mistaken earlier. So non-existence could also be in the world never was.
Right. Yep. You're right.
That makes sense. But we got a nice Disney castle push from Ragnoth here.
Like I said, a little bit tempting given that you just know it was unlocked from minute 1, right? Mm-hmm. And you kind of just gotta keep pushing deep content anyway. Like you have this limited, like, kind of narrowed down a good bit, so you have to start making some of these pushes. So you might as well just go for the one that's right there, and it's been right there for a while.
True. Yeah. Also, the thing that would kill off the world never was at this point would be if we see another hint for non-existence, and it's not one of the magnet worlds, or if we see one of the magnet worlds as something else.
Right.
Because really, magnets are the only thing that point towards the world never was.
Yeah, nice simple world for that reason. It's easy to take into your hint logic, at least. It's just one thing.
True. Same thing with SDT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, is it more than 2? Cool. Yeah. Dead.
Yeah, the math with that is nice sometimes. That can feel like very easy math. Feels good.
Absolutely.
So Ragnoth pretty quickly clearing through here, with the tools he has. I'm sure he wishes he had something like another magnet to really speed it along, but getting through it in decent time. I believe just one fight left, that last little window on the right.
Yeah. Absolutely, and we'll be getting a progression point off of this window.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be getting another hint. We're still trying to narrow this all down.
It's definitely some interesting logic here.
Mm-hmm.
Small part of me is half wondering if this hint about forms is just going to give us nothing. Like, they'll just never even need anything off of forms at this point.
Right. World never was has no path to the light. Cool.
Interesting. What else can be said?
Yeah. All right.
Kind of a cool thing to do. Yeah, you could make the push. The fact that it's on the path of no light, that a little bit makes you think maybe there's a proof there. It could be one of those weird situations where it's a proof and nothing else. And if you think to yourself, decent chance I have to push this anyway, especially with the stats that Ragnoth has at this point, might make a fair bit of sense to make that push.
Right. Well, honestly, if I were Ragnoth, like, having access to Agrabah 2 as well, with these peace and connection proofs, which now I know where they're at because DC is dead with that thunder. So it's going to be in SP and Agrabah. It really just depends on which one is which.
Yeah, so this is pretty narrowed down at this point. We only really have one question mark left, right? In reality.
True. So you might as well go for your guaranteed proofs and get the progression points on the way and try to narrow down where that last proof is.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing
I was just saying, maybe you look out and Identity Disc is just sitting in Agrabah, and Agrabah has peace.
Yeah.
There's decent odds of that.
Could be. We got Ragnoth doing the nice auto wisdom play that we saw from Adam. Getting a fire boost from it. Nothing really else.
Something for that little one level higher at least, not nothing.
Absolutely.
And here we're seeing that Agrabah play that you called out. Going to be a little faster for Adam than whenever Ragnoth chooses to push it, at least currently, based on that extra magnet. A little bit of something of a payoff for that TT3 push.
All right. Meanwhile, we got Ragnoth going to be doing auto valor here in the world never was. Has that second chance, so can afford to survive.
Yeah, it's much easier to set that up.
And still nothing.
All right.
So we're going to be seeing him follow Adam into Agrabah more than likely.
I wonder if Ragnoth made that connection.
STT.
Yep. Yeah, so I think Ragnoth made that connection that forms had to have either limit or valor. It was grinding those auto forms in hopes of getting limit for this play. That's my guess.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Unfortunate for him not to get the payoff, but I love the conviction to just make the push anyway.
Now, granted, this is not a guaranteed non-existence, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it is an interesting call to make this play, given that at least with our knowledge, it's a 50-50. But it's a fairly decent amount of progression for, you know, not the hardest content.
Yeah, just reminding folks that we kind of know everything of what's going on in the seed so far. The runners have mixed ideas of what's going on in the seed, just based on what content they've done, hints, and everything like that.
Yeah. We just see a cure and a membership card pop up in Agrabah 1, which I believe gives us absolutely no info.
Correct.
Yes. So that's always fun. see the tracker start lighting up with just nothing helpful at all.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing that would really tell us if there's connection here, because think about it this way, there's way more stuff that is hinted towards Agrabah than there is SP. Like, there's only 4 things that hint SP. So if we find literally any of the things that could hint towards Agrabah, so if there's a torn page here, if there is a fire here, yeah, heck, if Genie's here, like that'll tell us. But really, it's just reflects for
SP.
SP. So
it's a good point. Definitely makes it feel like, you know, we're looking at pretty good odds that it's Peace sitting in Agrabah then, right? Like, most likely, given the number of connection hints we have over Peace, the fact that we even have a hint for only connection feels like better odds on the Agrabah side.
Yeah. So, yeah. Which honestly, we could argue about it, but we know there's a proof there. Like,
yeah, exactly. We'll get there.
There is a proof. Doesn't matter which one it is. There's a proof there. So.
But like, say it's identity disc, can make some good content. So.
Oh, that is true. Ooh. That is true. Yeah, it really makes you think, huh? But then again, the form-shaped elephant in the room. There's something there. We know that there's at least a well, yeah, it could be a reflect. It could be the what's it called? Yeah, the identity disc.
Yeah.
Also, LOD has no path to the light, so
probably just a cure sitting there.
Probably. All that for a cure. Also, both of our runners are caught up with each other on their hints, and progression points. So
yeah. Very
neck and neck.
Very close race. I believe deathless on both counts, which is always nice to see approaching an hour into a race. Just kind of speaks to both of their skill level.
Yeah, really good execution with the tools that they have at their disposal. Like, it's easy to see why these are our winners. Winners finalists. Yeah.
Especially when you consider that on Adam's side doesn't even have the second chance.
True. Yeah.
Doing this deeper content, that can be a little bit scary. You know, this Agrabah 2 is not a world that you feel particularly safe in all the time. It's pretty easy to take a little bit of a random death here, so...
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gonna have a little bit of a drought in checks here. It's gonna take a little bit to get into the tower for the two of them, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah. It would... I was double checking their hints to make sure that like it's yeah, because I'm pretty sure connection's here.
Okay.
That's my best bet. So looking at it, the only place that there could be identity disc is on forums. As of now, as of the hints that we have been given.
To note, there has to be something here that's on the path of connection. We still haven't found that. Like, even if it ends up being that Space Paranoids has connection instead, like, we haven't found anything to hint that. So they know there is something here that could be identity disc if it ends up being connection SP.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Loving the choice to just make this push right now. I really don't see any reason not to.
Right. Ragnoth also making the push into SP. Gonna clear out this first visit. But nothing there in the tower. So Jafar or Lexaeus has our thing that hints towards connection.
Interesting.
So, yeah. This is an odd scene.
Weird one to really think out, where these proofs are. Like, we're gonna get definitive info as soon as Adam's done with this fight, at least, so we can rest our brains when this is done. But
true, yeah.
It's like Ragnoth just picking up a couple extra levels, trying to get that little more info off of that level proof on the path of no lights hint here.
Yeah, so Adam fighting Genie Jafar. That magic stat is not doing him any favors. So, probably going to have to rely on magic to really do some big old damage against him. Oh, getting smacked.
Yeah, that's a shame. Those hands do some damage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Jafar throws hands. It's...
This fight can be pretty awkward without a good strength stat if you don't have like a really beefy magic. Like a base thunder is a little bit tricky to really get all that much out of this fight.
Yeah. Which honestly, that might be why Ragnoth's pushing into SP at this point, is just get those extra levels, get my strength up, which now he's at 32, which is good for this world, good for this fight, everything like that. So.
Smart play.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Adam knows the health gates for this a little bit. Let him skip the DM.
Yeah, I think it's like, I want to say more than a bar and a half is when he goes into his DM.
Yeah, it's about around there. I don't know the exact spot.
Yeah.
Also, note. We've got 100 Acre Wood on the path of peace.
Okay. Nothing so far. But now that's 3 apiece for connection and peace.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
These hints are all resolving so late into the world. Like, we're sitting here, Agrabah still hasn't resolved his hint. 100 Acre Wood still hasn't done it. Not that they're that deep into 100 Acre, but... Alright. We've got Adam taking a DM.
Yeah.
He's got his MP, so he's got, Reflect up as an option. He's got the Once More, so I don't think Buildings will be able to snipe him.
Right.
I love the timing on these Reflects. Kudos to him, honestly.
Yeah. This is one tricky DM.
Yeah.
To really dodge and everything like that.
It's all hostile program, giving up a torn page for Ragnoth over there. Nice Reflects by Adam.
Yeah. He took a hit, is in critical HP, but getting that kill, getting a Beast Claw for his troubles.
Alright, hint still is not resolved. What is happening?
So here's connection. And whatever hints towards Agrabah is on Lexaeus. So it's a fire or a torn page or genie is there. So that's kind of beautiful.
Torn page on Lexaeus, Starry Hill has our identity disc. That's our worst case scenario at this point, I guess.
Basically, and your torn pages are hinted. So you would know where your torn pages are. So, and honestly, that might be what Ragnoth is pushing.
Yeah. Don't mind the play.
Yeah. So, honestly, when he goes back to Agrabah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into check Lixaeus.
It would make a fair bit of sense, especially with this form drought they have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even notice picking up Wisdom form on levels on Ragnoth's side. I don't know how long ago that happened.
Oh,
it's been during screens. Oops.
Yeah. So that would have killed off DC if we hadn't already killed it off. So
might be a spot where Adam can get a bit of a time save on Ragnoth if he ends up getting that level earlier.
Absolutely.
It looks like it's just on level 30 because Adam's sitting at 28 right now.
Oh, yeah. I should be able to get that. Well, especially with a push into SP, which he's going to need to do.
Yeah. I would be a little surprised if he chose to do DC before SP, but there's always a world.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and here we are again, retracing each other's steps.
Yep.
A little bit of a new check drought coming up.
Yeah, so honestly, the more and more we see peace hints and connection hints and everything like that, the scarier it kind of gets that we're going to need those drives.
A little bit.
Those forms. Oh my gosh.
This seed has a definite possibility to wrap up in a bit of a gross way. There could be the world of something like a late 100-acre wood form for an identity disc.
Absolutely. So we got something potentially funny on Adam's side. So we got him going into DC here, right? He might get level 30 here and learn that that DC is dead.
That would be very unfortunate.
It would be very unfortunate.
The good
content,
news is that
though.
Yes, A+ content. The good news is the Magnera is again saving him some time on Ragnoth here as well. A bit of an advantage on these mob fights. Get through these windows a little bit faster. So even though he's not saving as much time as he could if he ended up getting that hit a little sooner, it's still not going to be as it's going to be a bit quicker than Ragnoth had it at least. So
right. Ragnoth using a save warp there to get over to Genie. I don't see that one too typically often.
Yeah, that's a neat little play. I've never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with exiting and re-entering worlds is that it takes you to the save point closest to the next cutscene. Unless it's in the room with the cutscene itself, then it won't take you in there. With the exception being Belle's room, because you have to interact with someone to get it.
Right.
But yeah, so just completely forgot about that one. So yeah.
Really nice bit of added efficiency there. Yeah. That's something I can tell you personally, I've never seen that. I never even thought of that. It saves probably a couple of seconds, but every second counts in one of these races. So good to whip that out.
Absolutely. But we got Adam about to get his thunder here on the boat fight. I'll call it the boat fight. Why not?
Yeah, it works.
We have two boat fights. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
This is putting us pretty much dead even, right? They're pretty close to fully content complete, like content equal, I guess.
Absolutely. We got our next hint saying that Twilight Town is on the path to connection. That fire proves it.
Great info.
And I think that kills off non-existence for The World Never Was. So it has to be an STT.
Oh, that's true.
So Ragnoth is going back into STT. So
that's
very good hint to find.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: Ragnoth doesn't know that.
Exactly. Yeah. I wonder. I'm so curious what his reasoning was for the play.
I don't know. It's like he saw behind the Matrix and just knew. Like,
very, very curious. If I had to make a guess, if I'm sitting in Ragnoth's seat, I look at this and I'm like, I know forms have Valor or Limit. Maybe both. And I have got no other non-existent hints. Why wouldn't I choose to just make this play, right? Like, it feels like the seed is kind of just trying to pull you into the STT push.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where you haven't seen a hint for this place. Oh, it's STT. Like that's kind of been the meta of this, of these league settings and everything.
Yeah. Especially when you're already 9 hints in. It's at that point. You kind of got to make a call at some point.
True, yeah.
And he's a little stuck on options anyway, right? Like, he's got to start making some sort of blind guesses for this identity disc, so why not just make a call?
Yeah. Well, and looking at the hints and everything like that, you've got your peace hints for 100 Acre Wood and drives. The best thing that this world can do is A, give you identity disc, B, give you more progression points for more hints that could tell you where stuff could be. So like just kind of, it's almost like you're padding for time a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess for lack of a better.
It's like the only other play I can really see making any sense is starting to push some auto forms, but that feels a little bit clunky, I guess is the best way I could say it. Like, you can only get your forms to level 4 if you're on Ragnoth's side, so you're kind of taking a gamble with your time if you make a push for the auto forms. So I think I prefer his choice here to just make a deep push somewhere.
But speaking of forms, we just got Wisdom over on Adam's side. So
unfortunate timing, but happy to have it anyway.
Which he was already leveling Auto Valor and then got Wisdom.
Stuck playing this little dance to wake up the duck. I'll go in for goofy levels instead. Makes sense.
Yep.
Already low on health, might as well use the auto form while you've got the chance.
Glide Max.
That's
off of that.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, love to see that.
Yeah, no complaints.
Yeah, that's also our first level 4 for Valor.
It's true.
We haven't seen Ragnoth go back and level Final or Wisdom. So yeah, it's
feels like a play he might be a little more likely to make if he comes up dead in STT for like any progression other than non-existence.
Absolutely. So while he's making his way through struggle fights, Adam is going to be taking on Hostile Program. Going to get this EXP boost after the levels.
The classic.
Which we didn't acknowledge the joke before now, but we're going to acknowledge it now.
Especially when you already have second chance once more. That doesn't get any more rude. Like, you could be so comfy doing that with screens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so yeah, we might see Adam, especially with him having gone to TT3, having a good place to not only level, but level Final. We could see him go in and level Final up to 4. You can level Wisdom up to 4 in some of these places you got left, so...
Haven't seen if they have Auto Master, but TT3 is arguably the best place to level Auto Master if you have it.
True, yeah.
Given we know they have two drive converters, we saw that right at the start of the seed. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and also with him having Scom, like you can easily go into your auto forms and everything like that. So
exactly.
Yeah, both racers actually having that. Just now making note of that.
Sets are playing some pranks over there on Ragnoth's side. Saw him get that spin attack off.
Hi, Blizzard.
Of course. Hey, Blizzaga, you don't... Well, it's only Blizzard for him. It'll be Blizzaga for Adam.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So we got dual STT pushes. Yeah, no Trinity, no limit form. Feels sad, man. But yeah, so we're going to get a pretty good influx of chests over here on... I was about to say checks and chests at the same time on Ragnoth's side. Checks. Ooh, there's a reflect. Okay, so that means identity disc has to be on forms or in 100 Acre Wood. There's a torn page. So now we have Spooky. Oh, this seed's fun.
All right, everyone. What form level is the answer on? What's our answer?
This is incredible.
I'm gonna go with Master 7. Let's just really curse this.
Oh, I'm gonna say Valor 5. Just really taking a Yeah, taking a stab in the dark.
I respect the kindness on your end.
Yeah. Also, Pride Lands has no path to the light. Cool. All
right.
Yeah. That kills off the world never was for Ragnoth.
That's true. From the looks of it, they're probably both going to just see that World Never Was is eliminated before it even would have mattered, because they're just going to get the proof out of here.
I mean, true.
Yeah, but still nice comfort.
Yeah. So now Ragnoth's like, oh yeah, this was the play.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I think. Yeah, Adam already knows that the World Never Was is dead. So. Yeah. Yeah, what a race.
Very much so.
This is a good time, and this is just the first one.
Yeah.
There's another one
after. Right afterwards, yeah. Hopefully just as good a content as this one.
Right. Got some DJ Khaled, another one. Love it. All right, so let's see what the mansion has. Has the other torn page and auto limit. Wait.
Wow. This STT is paying off. Wow.
So this was the play.
Seems so.
Period. The only thing that would be sad about this is if it was just a reflect in 100 Acre.
Sad? I don't know. I don't know about that.
That'd be funny.
There you go. Wild. I can't believe two torn pages sitting there. That's wild.
Stonks. Big old STT stonks. Love to see it. Alright. We got Ragnoth fighting just some hooded organization member. I don't know who this could be. Because he's got his hood up.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. There's so many of them that use fire. It's just so hard to keep track.
There's so many of them. It's Volcano Lord, just in an organization cloak.
Boss Rando's going too far these days.
Yeah, yeah. They're making bosses look like other bosses.
Like this little kind of staggered combos that Ragnoth's doing. Instead of going like all in on one combo, keeps knocking them up in the air.
True.
At least looks fun. Alright, so proof coming right up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is STT done after the proof?
Yeah, is there something on Data Roxas?
Mm-hmm. No.
No. But wouldn't it be funny if it was? So, probably got to see 100 Acre Wood push from Ragnoth here. Yeah.
Would be a choice to skip that after finding two pages in STT.
Yeah. Hoping and praying that it's not a blind form hunt.
Yeah, that could turn so ugly.
Excuse me.
Resumed.
Thank you. Alright. So let's see what we got.
And in the worst case, at least we know the location of one form at least. We know forms have one. So if it ends up being a form hunt, we have some direction.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, if it turns out that we need our forms, we'd probably see a Twilight Town push from Ragnoth just to level up that 3 to a 4.
Yeah, would make a lot of sense. I'm kind of blind about what's there anyway. Might as well just make a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Make some good progression on the way.
So Pooh's got something? Question mark?
Mm-hmm. Identity.
Oh, there we go.
The seed was kind.
Pooh just holds out Tron's identity disc.
You needed this?
Yeah, sorry. I got out of the grid.
I'm so curious for the lore on what's on forums. I'm so curious to see how this shook out.
Well, obviously Reflect.
True. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, Master, we wouldn't know where it is. Yeah, it's either Valor, Limit, or both on there. But yeah.
At this point, my money's on both. I'm expecting it.
Right.
The way these hints are shaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Could be something wacky like late HB has one though. We'll get a hint
Mhm.
eventually.
Right. Absolutely. All right, but
Just spamming thunders on Axel over there for Adam. Poor guy. Floating. Felt like I was watching the Barbosa fight.
What is? Okay. Okay, so yeah, so Ragnoth about to go on to the Solar Sailor. Adam finishing up these fights. Still got a little ways to go until the end of this world.
Just trucking on through. We'll get through soon.
Okay.
We received the lore on where these forms are. We'll talk later.
We have received the lore. We will not gift the lore until the race has been done. But
yes.
Yeah, we got some fun news.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go tell it on the mountain here in a little bit.
As soon as it's safe and reasonable to do so.
Yeah. I am also curious, like, what hint they were gonna get that's like, hey, SDT is on the path to peace and connection.
It's definitely the last hint, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Yo, explosion!
Nearly vanilla, not quite, but almost.
Almost. It's like right there.
See right now, instantly take off the guard break, slap on the explosion.
Yeah.
That 50 magic stab, put that to use.
Strength, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
just. Oh, that melt. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a big brain and big noodle arms.
Mm-hmm. Got big magic stat.
Nice work. Getting through Sark there, nice and quick.
Alright. Yeah. Gonna do a nice MCP fight. And is going to be heading into final fights.
Just to reiterate again how well the two of them played, I believe it's one death between the two of them total so far, right? Just the one on Genie for Adam.
Yeah.
Which, with his stats, who can blame?
Yeah.
Oh, Sark barely getting up in time. Very rude.
Yep. Is Sark dead? Sark's not dead.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. He
probably it happens.
Yep. Probably clipped him. Thought he clipped him with something and assumed he was down.
Yeah.
This fight's finicky for sure.
Yeah. This is one of the wacky fights.
Now, the 2 cycle is a 37 strength is what you need for it, right? Or is Ragnoth there? I always forget the exact number.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly didn't know that it relied on strength.
Yeah, 37, 38. Yeah, it's you deal a little more damage based on your strength. If you're at 37 to 38, roughly, you can get there, according to Geek at least.
Yeah. True. Well, and the thing with MCP that you like to do is do the reaction command on them to about 1.5 bars, and then you can just zoom to the other side and finish it off. But yeah, I also don't know if reaction boost, if that does anything to help with the damage and everything like that.
I'm sure someone in chat knows better. I want to say that it makes a small difference, but I'm not sure. It does nothing. Okay, yeah. So I'm just completely wrong.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I'm always not sure if I'm like, does reaction boost help here? No.
Yeah. It's a little bit inconsistent, right? There's times where you expect it to work and it doesn't, and times where you're surprised that it does.
Yeah.
I do want to just call out one little bit of quick thinking there that Ragnoth did twice, where Tron just kind of keeps dying here, and Ragnoth was out of options to pick him up, so he used Peter Pan just to resurrect party members twice, because summoning just pulls them out and brings them back out alive.
Right.
So very clever, quick thinking to get Tron up quickly to make sure you get that kill.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we got Ragnoth getting prepared to go into final fights. Pulling all these mega elixirs. Love it. Meanwhile, Adam is going to be going through 100 Acre Wood. Going to be getting that identity disc on Pooh. Adam also going to be...
Go ahead.
Adam also getting some experience on the way up. So, also getting a magic lock on, which if he had Trinity Limited, we could do something cool. But
yeah, no zip this seed, unfortunately. I don't think.
Ah, dang.
Yeah, but good news is, these two are going to be finishing decently close together. If you have to really try and think about a reason why there's this bit of divergence, I feel like Adam has to walk away from this race feeling he got so unlucky with the timing on his hints, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can count at least 3 times throughout the seed where he found out a world was pretty much dead right before getting the hint telling him it was dead. So there was so much time that he ended up spending with hints that Ragnoth got just kind of a little better timing on to save a pretty large amount of time.
True. I also don't think there were really any bad pushes from either of the runners. Just because early game, yeah, you want the progression points, and then later on, yeah, like you go to DC, you go to Port Royal, that's where you're hinted to go. So yeah, it's not a bad play between them. It's just like you said, unfortunate timing with the hints and also how things popped up and everything like that.
And that's the beautiful news on Adam's side is we've got a game 2 coming up next. So it's not like he's out of winner's bracket here. He's got another chance to defend himself. So
absolutely. Yeah. So we got Ragnoth taking out the time bombs. So we might see a solar sailor from Adam as Ragnoth finishes.
It sounds about right on timing.
Yeah.
I think it's time for that classic game here. How many domes does it take?
Yeah.
to get Adam back into this, right? 5? Sound about right?
Yeah. It's also time for my favorite quote. It's not over till it's over. But
there you go. It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Always love watching people doing their best to get these checks quickly while escorting the gang. We saw Ragnoth do that earlier. Mm-hmm. Adam being a little more a little more practical with it and grabbing the checks and then dragging them along afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Fun to see the divergence in how people handle Spooky Cave.
You love to see it. So Pooh handing off his favorite toy to to Adam.
Found this frisbee. Do you want to throw this?
Sora, I wanted a balloon, but I'll take a frisbee.
Best frisbee league player in the world. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
God, this seed had so much potential to be so much more gross than it was. This is a pretty lucky way for things to lay out by the end.
Right. Yeah, those forms could have been way worse, but it ended up being okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, now closing in on the end here. Very clean little streak of last fights.
Mm-hmm.
Interested looking at that death counter. Not going to say anything more than that. Not trying to pass on some commentator's curse here.
Yeah, no. I mean, we already talked about the how many domes, so I mean...
Yeah. Feels like it's a different level of curse when you say it during final fights, though. True. If you explicitly say you're trying not to do commentator's curse, then it's fine. Everything's okay.
Yep.
It's like knocking on wood, you know? It just completely dispels all of the curse out there.
I had an analogy. I couldn't... it's like I couldn't quite think of...
Yeah.
I'm like, there's one there. I can't think of it, but yeah.
I had to actively restrain myself from knocking on wood as I spoke. So...
There. my desk is wood.
Exactly. It's like, I'm pretty sure that'll show up on the race stream if I knock.
It's fine. Make people think that someone's knocking on their door.
Exactly. They're not trying to spook people into checking their door.
It's all good. It's all in good fun. All right. Speaking of fun, we've got a final Xemnas fight from Ragnoth. We got Adam finishing up Solar Sailor here in a little bit.
Pretty much right where you thought the schedule would be out. So
yeah,
good read.
Absolutely.
Cleanly into the laser phase. Ready to go. Ooh, the damage was a little awkward there, but this is gonna work out.
It does have him staggered and everything like that.
I think Ragnoth expect the reflect to be able to kind of carry into him, but very clean fix. Well played to Ragnoth.
Yeah, GG's to Ragnoth. Claps, GG's, everything. Adam does have 10 seconds in low list. However,
don't think that'll make the difference.
Yeah, no. So Ragnoth will take game 1. Like we said, this is a best of 3. So, he is. So Adam is 1 down, but he is not out. So.
And can safely now say Ragnoth coming out of that deathless gotta feel good for opening up a set like this.
Absolutely.
Feeling clean on your gameplay in a best of 3 is always a good place to start.
Yeah. So we're gonna watch this MCP fight and everything, and then we're gonna start revealing some stuff. We're gonna start telling you some
interesting lore.
Yeah. But we want to wait until our runners are in. Well, our other runner is in final fights, just so that way.
Give a little respect for his time that he's putting into it here.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, we see Adam also stuck here, not really having any kind of a kit to get to do the 2 cycle. Might have been possible with Valor form, but it would have been close right at 37 strength. So tough spot.
Yeah. Yeah, but right now we're at 37. We're at 37 strength. So let's see if we can actually make this work. Never mind.
Very rude on MCP's side there. Yeah. Reflect's gonna do work. Yeah, a very quick breakdown of that wall.
Yeah. But all right. Got MCP being finished up by Adam. Should get the kill.
Oh my gosh! That is evil. 1 HP away.
That makes me angry.
It will be funny to see this beam go up and just instantly end the fight, though. At least.
Yeah, it's just back in the game. Bing.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, you could. You might even be able to get a kill with just a blizzard with that little strat where you can ding with 1 blizzard. I wonder if that's even possible.
I would love to see Adam do that.
I don't blame him for not.
Yeah. He just wants to be done with the seed.
Oh, MCP is being so rude to both of them.
Back in the game. Bing!
There it is. Basically flexed on him.
Yep. All right, so there's our proof of peace. Also, fun thing, Larkscene has something.
Yeah, we didn't call that out, did we?
No.
Or, if you want to prep for the form info, I'll look up what Larkscene's got.
Okay, so let us start with. You know what? Let's go down the form list, okay? So we have Valor form, right? Valor form is on Wisdom level 6. So that means you would need all other forms in order to get Valor. So that begs the question: where is our limit form? Crystal Fissure Torn Pages. So you would have to go through the Final Fantasy fights and everything like that to get to your limit form, right? But now, where's Master as well? Master form is also in Crystal Fissure. It's sitting right beside each other.
It's so rude.
So, nice HP push to go and find that. So now we know that there's a reflect on forms, because that's the only thing that can hint towards SP, and that's on final level 5. So yeah, you would need to find both of those forms in order to get final level 5, and bada bing bada boom, you got your last reflect.
This seed could have been so rude.
Yeah,
it was so close to being so evil if 2 things swapped.
Oh my gosh. But I think you've got the Larxene check, right?
Yeah, nothing super exciting. Larxene's just got a magnet. Nothing too fancy there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, anything else anybody wants to know where they're at? Because that was pretty much our big ones.
Yeah.
We found all the torn pages. Fires. You can kind of hazard a guess where they're at. Like, there's either a fire or genie on Vex, or not Vexen, Lexaeus. Let me actually.
It is a fire. It is a fire.
Okay. Gotcha. And genie is in core, so another HB.
HB2 is kind of loaded. What in the world?
Yeah. Honestly, if forms had something and like they really needed to do forms, like HB was the place to be. For all that. So yeah, that's a good fun time. Hey, Cure on Final 4.
Hey.
I don't think we found that.
One other fun fact, Beta Demix had a money pouch. Just scrolling through Halabash in here.
Oh, nice. Oh, Chicken and Stitch. So the world never was had chicken. Nothing's call. I can't remember. I think
that's the room where you fight Luxord and Syx, I believe. So it's probably, isn't there a check for like walking in there or finishing it or something?
Yes.
I could be completely wrong about what room that is, but I think that's it.
I don't know. But Stitch is in throne room, so we were not going to see Stitch. Plus, he was not hinted, so you would have to go blind throughout your seed to go find Stitch.
Most of the stuff that they didn't collect this seed was placed in pretty cruel locations.
Yeah, so it was a very bare bones seed.
Yeah.
Only really finding Final and Wisdom, which Final is very nice. Don't get me wrong. But limit form, which you'd love to see. Just getting form levels to get progression points. They were not going to be able to do that this seed, unless they went to HB. So. But we got Adam finishing up. Well, not quite finishing up. He's in Armor's Dimness 2 on the second phase. Nothing's Call is the room before the elevator. Oh, okay. Yep. I couldn't remember if it was the one, because I was thinking it was the one before the bridge. So like where the save point and everything is. But yeah. Couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, all those rooms in the world that never was have like such generically brooding names. How are you supposed to keep track?
Yeah, basically think of like lyrics for like emo rock songs in like the early 2000s. Like, that's the organization. Yeah,
you're speaking to my high school age years here. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I'm surprised there isn't a room called the Black Parade. It just is what it is.
Modder's gonna get on it.
Yep. Get on. They're just the names of albums of different emo bands. So welcome to the Black Parade.
Unironically, we'll install that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting back into that. So like love to see it. But you also love to see nice final Zemnis over here from Adam. Doing nice quick work to him. A lot of magic damage. Gonna be finishing up here nice and quick.
Zemnis cooperating very nicely, giving that beautiful setup for the reflect.
Yep. And GG's to Adam. Excellently done from both of our runners. But Ragnoth taking the win on game 1. We're going to take a 10-minute break I believe. And we will be back with game number 2. I will not be back, so I've been Crazy Comics, but BD will be back.
I'll be around. So I'll see y'all soon.